Luckily, it's not anything crunchy. Okay, so last time we played, Adakora went hunting with his mom. You guys talked about some stuff, mostly her life and her relationship with Kalina. You got some pheasants. It was a lot of pheasants. It was like 9 or something. All in all, pretty successful. And Antimony and Ophelia, you guys decided to go to Evander. They're gonna end up giving some of it to the neighbors probably, because there's only 2 of them. Or you guys will just eat a lot of pheasant while you're here, given that they have 4 house guests. Yeah, you guys went to talk to Evander. You met his uncle. Did I tell you his uncle's name? I don't remember. I have a name for him. I think
I
actually
feel
said
like
it.
you may not have asked his uncle's name.
Okay. I don't think he introduced himself.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
I
did
think
not trust you guys.
I feel like I feel like Metis mentioned it. So let me see if I can.
That's totally possible. Yeah, I've had his name for a while, but I can also just give it to you guys because I feel weird not using his name.
I
It's
think
not
we
like
were
a big
told.
mystery or anything.
Well, my notes are kind of confusing in this arc, so
Okay.
I don't know if I can find it if he said it.
All right, I'll just put it in the chat. His name is Cleon. Yep, you met Evander and Metis' uncle, who is naturally a god. Who's naturally very upset about the entire thing, but does not seem interested in going out and trying to take on the Cerberus Assembly himself or with his nephew, just because of like what has happened to his sister and niece. Plus, he doesn't like he's uh, not really a magic user, from what you can tell. You think you probably would have heard if he was, but yeah, he doesn't. He thinks that if he tries to do anything, it's just gonna like destroy what little remains of his family. And you talked to Evander a little bit about you guys maybe trying to find out what happened to Caria, and he seemed, interested in knowing what happened if you guys could find anything. But he did not seem interested in leaving the Saesteel or going to Rexendrum to look for her or Metis. So you kind of left him with the promise that if you found anything out, you would let him know. I think that's pretty much all you guys did. Then you went back to his house. You met up with Adakora there. You found Sahar helping Melodora clean the pheasants in the backyard. Oh, and Adakora, your mom told you event that is happening tonight. It is a community dance slash kind of secret religious observance for Sehanin. It's gonna happen out in the woods, big bonfire, lots of dancing, lots of and food. And you successfully convinced your friends to attend with you. I think that's about it. Did anything else happen that was important that you guys can remember?
Ophelia
Yeah.
promised to find me a book on dream science. That's almost the only note I took from the session.
Remember that? Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh, because you guys spent a long time just talking about dreams and
Talking
whether
about
or not elves could dream and whether that was whether they were missing out on anything. The classic Atticora Ophelia debate. Where nobody is sure if they're actually debating something or if they are just arguing for fun. Hard to say with these two. Oh, and Antimony went out and bought a staff.
Yeah.
Yes.
A cool looking staff with a like geometric carving. It's very fun.
Yes, my Gandalf cosplay.
Yep.
Yeah. Are you just like, are you already working on this?
I think so, yeah. I'm probably, carving my little runes into the staff.
All right. Yeah, you can get. If you don't have wood carving materials, I feel like you probably do because you have all sorts of shit. But you could borrow some stuff from Kalina too.
Yeah, either
She
way.
has a lot of, she has a lot of tools. Okay, so you guys kind of pass the time until evening, working on your staff, helping with the pheasant. That's probably what you eat for dinner. Do you guys want to do anything before you go?
Yeah. Well, when I notice the staff, I'm going to be like, that is a bigger stick than you usually grab from the woods.
Yes, this is actually a special fancy stick that I had to buy for, I forget, I think it was like a couple gold.
Ow.
It was like 8 silver, I think.
Okay, so like 2/3 of a gold.
So this is going to be like a real staff, not like we go for a walk in the woods and you pretend to be a wizard cursing me the whole time.
Yes, this time the curses will actually work.
Nice.
That's a cute mental image. Of like little Antimony doing that. With Atticora.
Yeah. Was wizard staff your go-to? Everybody has a different go-to for a stick they find in the woods.
I think that probably wizard staff was the standard.
That already has a carving in the top.
Two staffs. Just do two.
Better
Like
than
dual
one.
wield my staff.
Oh my god. Yeah, one is for hitting, one is for using as a gun.
Yes. And you don't know which one is which.
Nope. Either one could be either at any point. Do you think, did Antimony go to the Solters Academy with the intention of being a wizard and then like find out about artificery there? Or had she heard of the artificer program?
I think
I
I
feel like
think
either is
probably
totally possible.
yeah, like because I feel like she's always been kind of a tinkerer. So
Right.
I think that either way, she probably went with the intention of like she likes enchanted objects.
Mhm.
So I think probably if the Artificer program, I mean, it's still new, but I imagine they're probably advertising it a little bit.
Oh, for sure, yeah. For sure, for
So yeah, she probably was drawn in by
sure.
college recruiters.
Oh boy. Yeah, I'm sure they went to Druvenlow to like recruit for the Artificer program just because of
Yeah, because
the
there's like,
local industry.
right.
God. Okay, so you guys work on your things. Anybody want to have any other conversations?
What's Sahar up to?
Sahar was not there when you arrived. You found her out in the backyard. Um, she was probably out there already and then started helping Melodora with the
Right, and they
pheasants.
already invited her.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, Melodora mentioned the dance to her, I think. Or you did, either one. But she's invited. She has agreed to go. She sounds kind of excited. But yeah, I think she's just kind of helping with dinner.
Yeah, I guess I don't have anything else to say. I thought maybe I
Okay.
would. It didn't come to me.
That's okay. That's fine. Um, everybody, well, by everybody I mean Kalina and Melodora are kind of like, do you guys want to borrow some clothes? Like what? Because you have basically only traveling clothes, I think, everyone here. Not that their clothes would fit all of you anyway, but a few of you could probably borrow clothing.
What
If
kind of
you felt like it.
clothes?
Okay, I think Visea's teal formal wear, and this isn't even really formal wear, it's just kind of like nicer than every day. Um, tends toward like plain colored fabric with like heavy embroidery on it. So yeah, I think they've got like embroidered blouses and dresses and things. That's probably what Kalina and Melodora are going to wear to this event. Also braids. I like elves being into braids. That's just my like Tolkien fan bullshit though.
Well, I want to dress up, but I don't think I can borrow clothes
Probably
from
not
my
from
mom.
them. No, you would have to go to a relative or something. Which you can totally do if you want.
Yeah, wishing my relatives is about my height.
Let's see. Let me look at the list.
Is Nefeli like super butch?
I don't think she is.
Yeah,
What is she? Yeah, she like teaches small children. I don't think she's
probably.
like the most athletic of everyone. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna say Lysander.
Oh,
I was gonna say you could
I
go over
gotta
to your
follow up with
cousin's
him.
house.
Lysander,
Well,
probably like your uncle too, like Lysander's dad, whose name I'm forgetting for the moment. But yeah, if you want to go talk to Lysander, you totally can.
yeah. Well, bothering Lysander was also on my list of things to do. So
Great,
I guess
perfect.
I will go look for fancy clothes with Lysander. But I want to know if the girls are gonna dress up.
Oh gosh, I mean, I guess I feel I should do so.
All right. Are you going for a dress or like a blouse and pants or what?
Hmm. Is Antimony a dress person?
This is what I need to know about all of you.
I think she might be more of a blouse and pants person.
Okay, great.
Get that, mobility in case you need to run away from an explosion.
Sure. God, I hope that doesn't happen tonight. Yeah, you can get a very like detailed embroidered blouse and some pants that are less like travel worn than the ones you brought.
Yes, a pair of dress pants or something.
Yeah, exactly. A pair of dress pants. Okay, what about Ophelia?
Nobody told her this was going to be a special event where people are going to respect gods. They just said it was a bonfire and there's going to be food.
Yeah, I think it's so. Yeah, Atacora, I think just told you that it was a bonfire, and then at some point, Melodora, like when she's just like over dinner or whatever, kind of talks about the event a little more, and is like, yeah, it's sort of she kind of at this point is okay enough with all of you guys to like tell you about this. But yeah, she basically says that it is not a very official celebration of Sehanin because Sehanin doesn't really do like official holidays, but it's just kind of something that the Visayas Teal elves do at the last full moon in autumn. They just have a big party in Sehanin's honor, and uh, there's probably also a lot of like people hooking up because Sehanin is apparently the goddess of people hooking up in secret in
Wow.
Critical Role, which is very funny. God, she's like pretty different in 5e. It's very funny to me. She's still a moon goddess, but the other stuff is like has a different vibe. She's like a death goddess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, maybe in Critical Role she can be the goddess of like also like journeys and things like that, helping people find their way. I don't know. But she is also uh the patron of like midnight secret trysts. So there's probably some of that that's going to happen at this bonfire, but it's totally optional. But like people will sneak off into the woods to hook up.
Well,
But yeah, mostly it's just dancing under the full moon with a bonfire and alcohol and food. But it is a religious event sort of. They're just kind of it's very low key because nobody wants the empire to know. And Sehanin's not into like formalized observances anyway.
I guess she can borrow a dress.
All right. It's like, okay, it's Kalina's. It's still probably like almost too long because Ophelia's kind of is Ophelia short? In my mind, she's kind of short, but I don't remember if
Hmm.
we talked about this.
Yeah, she can be short. I have never considered her height. She's shorter than Adakora, and that's all I know.
Okay, well, most people are.
Yeah,
In my mind, she's the shortest of the group, but I think that's just because Antimony is half elf, and elves are kind of tall in D&D, right? I
that's
don't know.
fair.
So yeah.
But yeah, Kalina is only a little bit taller than you are, and you can wear her clothes. But yeah, she has one that is, if you would like to wear, is like blue gray, and has a lot of like like bright embroidery over it, like lighter colored embroidery that stands out.
Yes.
Cool. That seems like something Ophelia would like. Um, and Kalina and Melidor are actually both wearing dresses, Adakora, you know your mom like doesn't really wear them most of the time.
Mhm.
She's kind of a pants person, but she likes to wear them when when she's dancing because of the like skirt swirling thing. You know, that's very
Yeah,
fun when you're dancing. That's like the
it
only time
is.
she prefers to wear a dress because she likes it when her skirt like swirls around. And everyone can have ribbons to braid into their hair if they want.
Ah, yes.
My hair is long enough, but I will spend time helping braid ribbons into people's hair.
Yes.
They would like that.
Okay. I think Sahar goes for like she does borrow a blouse, but she also wears pants. But yeah, you can. Does Ophelia want hair ribbons? Do you let Adipor braid your hair? Do you do it yourself? These are the important questions.
Hmm. Hmm. Does Adakora do other people's?
Yeah,
Does he do
I'm like,
Antimonie's?
uh-huh.
I
If she
feel like
if she
Adipor.
lets me, maybe if she
Yeah.
doesn't let me, I'm like, sit down. I'm doing your hair.
Yeah, I feel like this is sort of a classic thing in our family, I would imagine. I feel like if elves are into the braids and stuff, I would imagine that like Adakora and Taito have just used Antimony's hair as kind of like
Our hair now.
yes.
Hmm. I think Ophelia can do her own hair. She'll like do it when Adakor is busy with Antimony. But it won't be very good.
Oh.
It could be good.
Yeah, it can be good if you want. Does Ophelia have long hair?
I feel like it was mentioned sometime earlier, but I don't know. I think it's long.
Okay. I mean, you can just decide. Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
In my mind, it's a little longer, but I don't actually remember if you said that or not. So,
Yeah, I think long is good. She might
okay.
just like tie it up in a ponytail or something.
Okay. Um, Sahar will let Avicora braid her hair also. She's not really, her hair is like a little shorter than shoulder length, but you can like braid some stuff into it if you want.
How's her hair like textured?
It's the, I think it's pretty straight, but it's kind of thick.
Okay. Does she want like one braid or multiple braids? I
I
should
think
ask what Antimony wants as well.
I think Sahar's hair is a little too short to put in one braid. So, but yeah, you could do probably two. And Timmy doesn't get a
I made a unilateral decision in Antimonie's hair.
joke.
Um,
Yes.
Yeah, I think
but
you
I
could.
don't know what I decided, so Izzy can decide how Edgar Antimonie's hair.
Yeah, I mean, out of character, I feel like Antimony's hair is like I mean, it's kind of like shoulder length, but it's curly. So I
Hmm.
think that there's probably not a lot of like room to do one long braid or something. So I feel like probably our best bet would be like one of those sort of side braid crown things, you know?
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just stick some flowers and ribbons and stuff in there.
Yeah, you don't have any flowers right now because it's autumn, but
Alas.
you do know, Melidor will tell you that her mother is going to be there, and once she is there, everyone can have as many flowers as they want because of
Druid craft.
Druidcraft. So, yeah. So if you want later, you can have some flowers, but unfortunately, they don't have them right now.
The power of druids.
Yep, the druids are the best. They're real fun at parties.
Adakora.
Yeah.
Is this like some religious thing? Is this why everybody's no, like not like obviously it is a religious thing, but like is the braiding like will the goddess or whatever be mad if my hair is not braided?
Uh, we have established that I don't really know jack shit, but I doubt it.
Okay.
You will have plenty of time to observe all kinds of religious things that most people don't get to. And that should be exciting for you. But no, I don't think not braiding your hair is going to be an affront to God.
Okay.
Yeah, Melodora is probably like, no, it's just a fashion thing here. Everyone's just really into braids. Yeah, Melodora probably like she has a bunch of little braids. So she probably just braids them into like one bigger braid over her shoulder. And she does Kalina's hair. Kalina has pretty short hair also. It's like chin length, I think. So she just has like two little side braids that like meet in the back. Like half up, but it's like both braids. Because that you can do that for sure. But yeah, all the ladies seem pretty set up now. So if you want to go to see your cousin and ask for some nice clothes, you can.
Yeah, okay. And see also if he has like a fantasy buzzer to put the designs back into the side of my
Ooh,
hair.
yeah, he might. He might.
I don't know what you use in Fantasyland for. For I guess you just have a regular razor.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably just a razor.
Just a regular one. Takes a little longer, I guess.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Yeah, I think that's got to be a fashion in Visayas Teal too. Either like men have longer hair, or yeah, they have some kind of like fun design, like shaved in there. And we know Adakor is a short hair person. I think a lot of your relatives, your male relatives, have like longer hair. At least the ones who live here. I don't know about Tydo. He actually seems like he might have short hair to just like not have to mess with it.
who knows? How does my dad look? I don't know.
Nobody knows
I
except
haven't
for
thought about
me.
it.
Oh man. Okay. Okay, so you head to Lysander's. I can't remember if I said like whether Lysander lives by himself or if he lives with his parents. I truly don't know.
I don't think
Um,
you mentioned that specifically.
okay, I think I'm just gonna say he lives with his parents because he's like not married. He doesn't have anyone else to live with. And I think in Visayas Teal, and he's like pretty young too. He's a little bit younger than Adakora, I think. Um, so it kind of makes sense for him to still live at home. I consulted my fin board.
Okay.
All right, okay. So lots of hair. Awesome. What does Ophelia do? Like just one braid? Two braids?
Um,
Some kind of crown situation?
like usually or just now?
No, right now.
Um, she she'll probably just do one braid. I don't think she usually braids, so doing fancier stuff is not super in line. And if she wanted to do fancier stuff, she'd have to ask Adokora, and she'd rather like eat a sock. So
Okay.
I was doing it for everyone who wanted me to, or didn't want me to. When my hair was that long, like how fancy is fancy? Like, is fishtail braid fancy? Because you could do that to yourself without too much hassle.
I mean, it's cool looking. It's definitely like more interesting looking because it's not as common, I suppose.
that's true.
I mean, whatever you think Ophelia would know how to do, that's like totally up to you.
I feel like she'd just know the like standard plate.
Mm-hmm.
She
Okay,
is
yeah,
not super interested in being pretty. Fancy hair.
it looks good. It's just like a normal braid. It's like very basic, but yeah, it doesn't look
Yeah.
bad or anything. It's just a braid. You put some ribbon in there, which you've never really done, but it turns out okay. Okay, but yeah, Adokora, you can go to your aunt and uncle's house, which is where Lysander, as far as you know, lives.
Yeah,
That's
and
where
for
he
a
was
little
like,
bit of a rude surprise if he does, like, okay, I gotta walk
right,
across the city again. Yeah.
I mean, okay, no, yeah, Melodora will just tell you that that's where he's living. She would know. I was like, why? Somebody would know. It would be funny if you just assumed and left, though. Like you were like, oh, I'm going to see Lysander, and Melodora assumed you knew where he lived, and you did not. So she didn't say
Oh
anything.
boy.
But no, yeah, she's like, okay, yeah, he still lives with Metanira and Lycos.
All right. Nobody has any more questions for me. I will skedaddle on.
Let's see, that is your uncle. Yeah, Lycos is his name. Okay. There are some extra male relatives who I like don't have as much information on because they just marry into the family. And I keep getting them mixed up. But no, Lycos is Metanira's husband.
Some
Okay.
extra males for
Yeah,
child rearing.
exactly. Exactly. Um, yeah, Nefeli's husband, Metanira's husband, like they just married into the family, you know. Um but yeah, you head to your aunt and uncle's house. They live probably not that far from your grandparents in the same general area. And their house is structured a little bit differently. They have it's like kind of like extra space in the lower level. Like about half of the lower level is used for like a kitchen and just sort of general hanging out area, but it's all pretty small. And then like most of the lower level is their workshop. They are both um weavers. So they have like these massive looms set up and all sorts of things in the like workshop half of the downstairs, and then upstairs is like the bedrooms and things. But yeah, you knock on the door and your aunt answers it. Oh, Adakora.
Hey, is Lysander home?
Yes, he is. Here, come in. She goes upstairs. You like come into the little kind of cramped like first room. Um, and she goes upstairs and comes back down with Lysander. Oh, hi. He looks
Hey,
surprised to see you.
I kind of tilt my head like I'm comparing our heights. Yeah, that'd work. Hey, can I borrow some clothes for tonight?
Oh, sure. You're going? That's good.
Yeah, yeah, it'll be good. I'll find God tonight, and that'll be good for me.
You'll find Sehanine, you mean?
Yes.
Does that mean you're gonna, you know, go have sex in the woods?
Well, is that the most religious experience available? We'll see.
It might be. Okay, yeah, you can like, he kind of beckons you to come follow him upstairs to look at clothes.
You're gonna be there?
Okay. Hmm?
I'm assuming he is, but I'll ask anyway. If he's gonna be there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm going. Probably going to be my uh, last big party here, I guess.
Yeah, how are your parents taking it?
I mean, we had a lot of discussions, but they seem to have come to terms with things now. They stopped trying to talk me out of it. I think I mean, they're not happy, but they've accepted that I have put a lot of thought into this and it's my decision to make.
Well, for what it's worth, I think that's better than leaving suddenly and trying to resolve it over paper.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, the whole thing would have been a lot worse, I think, if I hadn't talked to them beforehand. It would be hard to live with that.
Sometimes good things come of my mom asking blunt questions over dinner.
It's true. I mean, nobody in this family is really known for talking around things, but your your mother's pretty incredible. We've obviously, I don't agree with her about everything. She's great.
I hope it goes well for you, genuinely. And I hope you get to come back someday.
Thanks. So do I. He starts like pulling shirts out of his wardrobe and throw them on the bed.
I like blues and greens, cool colors.
Yeah, there's some of those, like for like the background color, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has either of those, like assorted.
I've been thinking about this dance for weeks. Picky.
Yeah, I just suggested a blue dress for Ophelia because based on the Pinterest board, Ophelia likes blue. Wow, good thing you joined the Cobalt Soul then, because they're really into that.
Yeah, they are. It's
I get
nice.
blue
Well,
all the
is it
time.
one
It's
of those
great.
backwards character creation things?
Right,
Like Ophelia
yeah.
likes blue because you know she's in the Cobalt Soul.
Maybe,
Maybe.
but blue is just a nice color.
It's a nice color.
It is, yeah. And it is also a little bit ocean themed, so that's nice.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you can find a blue blouse with fun embroidery on it. It's mostly like it's not really like geometric patterns or anything, but it's not like it's just kind of like little stylized leaves and vines and things is most of the embroidery on this one. And I think Lysander also has short hair, and he definitely has some kind of razor that you can borrow to.
Yeah, I'm like, look at me. This is all grown out.
Too busy to maintain my hair.
Yeah.
And yeah, he'll help you. What kind of designs do you want?
Well, something druidy.
Okay. Yeah, I think the elves are pretty into like, spirals and like curved lines and stuff.
Yeah. I'm into Celestial. I'm with my family, so something
Right.
druidy.
Yeah, totally. Okay. Yeah, it's just kind of it is basically just lines, I think, but yeah, it's like very
Yeah.
it's like a little bit, vine like, just kind of a lot of curving lines. It's good. Yeah, Lysander's pretty good at this.
Nice. Thank you very much.
It turned out okay. I'm not too out of practice. That's good. Glad I didn't ruin your hair.
Yeah, no, you better be. You can always still leave on the outs with a family member. It doesn't have to be your parents.
Oh man. I don't think my parents have told Belladora yet. I suppose I better tell her tonight. Or should I wait? Is that going to ruin the dance for her?
Yeah, maybe wait till after. Of course, she
Okay.
might bring it up with you.
Yeah,
It
she
is hard
probably
to
will.
say.
There's always that chance. Well, if she does, I will tell her the truth, and if not, I won't talk about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't advise lying to her.
No, I'm not. I would never do that.
Do I know? Like, does I don't know if she's planning to get drunk, but does getting drunk like would that help or would it make it worse?
Oh gosh.
Do I have a sense of this at all?
I don't know. Um, yeah, I don't think Melidora gets drunk very often. People in Visayas Steel drink a lot, but sort of in like the medieval way, where
Yeah,
people are always drinking like fairly low alcohol things, like a
yeah,
lot of mead, a lot of cider, with every meal or whatever. But I think she likes to, be in control of herself. But so she probably only like drinks a lot at events like this that are kind of designed for it. And she just occasionally, cuts loose a little bit. Um, I think it probably does mellow her out a little, so maybe, but also when she sobers up, she might be really pissed. Hard
well,
to say.
either come up or it won't.
Yeah, she's not like an angry drunk or anything. I think she's like a
Yeah.
calmer drunk, but um, yeah, who knows? Well, Sanders like, well, I plan to get pretty drunk too, so I'm gonna have to watch that when I leave here. Watch which gods I mention.
Yeah. Uh, if there's anything you're you're worried about, I start trying to think of like all the things that like stood out to me when I first left Visay Steel. Like, oh, can't talk about that. Not supposed to do that. Like, because it's been a while now, so it's pretty normal. But
Yeah, you're pretty used to it now. Um, I mean, a lot of the weirdest stuff for you was like the being around people with shorter lifespans.
yeah,
Like Teen Adacor probably just like stared at old people a lot. It's like, what the fuck? Like, why do you look like this? Because even really old elves like don't quite look the same as very old humans. So you're like, okay, it's rude to stare at old people. um,
yeah. Uh,
it's rude to exclaim over how people's ages are weird. Be like, what?
yeah.
You're only 30? What? Just kind of take people's ages. Yeah. This man is clearly 900. Oh god.
like just looking at someone, it's more wrinkles than I've ever seen on a person ever.
Yep. Yeah, for
It's so
sure.
much.
It's
Uh,
a little jarring at first. So yeah, like don't talk about people's ages. Um, but beyond that kind of thing, yeah, the like and I guess well, I don't know, was it an adjustment for Adakora, like the band gods thing? Because I know he's not like super into any of the big elven or like any gods really, but he probably like Melidora is at least like she's very into Melora and to a lesser extent like Coralon and Sehanine.
yeah. Well,
But
I
I
think
get
part of the reason he's not religious now is because he did leave.
right.
So
That
at
makes
first it
sense.
might have been an adjustment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was like, "Oh, like this thing that I always do or mention, I can't talk about now."
Yeah.
That's definitely a big
Or at
one.
least like religion stopped being a normal part of his life because then
Right. Right,
the
because
gods that he was used to were like
yes.
they're banned in Visayas Steel, but they're not
But
not
nobody yeah.
you can still go somewhere to worship them and
Yes, and in your own house, you could kind of do whatever you want.
yeah. And that's just not the, you're not going to find a temple out in Ravenload.
Right. Not even like a disguised temple.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna be able to go out into the woods and worship Melora either. So
Yeah. I mean, it's
um,
probably, you're not going to find a lot of sneaking out into the woods in general. So,
that's true.
like,
I
there are
think
woods, but it's different. You're not,
right.
especially if you're
Yeah.
going to be in the army.
Yeah, that's not gonna really be an option. Um Adakura probably also just like had to unlearn like talking to everyone in Elvish.
Yeah.
Like I think you learn like everyone in Visayas Teal learns common, but he was probably just like used to going to Elvish first and then had to be like, wait, no, not everybody speaks that.
Yeah. Yeah. Once upon a time, he had a horrible accent.
Oh yeah.
Very strong. Say steel accent.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Lysander kind of takes all of this in and is like, all right.
And then I start telling him like the food he's got to try
Okay.
to lift the to lift the
Yep.
conversation.
Have you ever been to Blade Garden? He asks.
Nope.
I guess I'll end up there eventually, but yeah, that's on the far eastern side. I don't really know anything. Well, I suppose I'll find out.
Try all the food
I
and
will.
ask all the food sellers nosy questions, and then you'll get to know it real fast.
That's a good strategy, yeah. Thanks for not being mad.
Stay as safe as you can,
I will.
and write me in Rexentrum if you think you need help.
Of course. I'll write you anyway if you want, just to let you know what's going on.
Like that.
The Cobalt Soul Archive? Is that where you live?
Yep.
I don't know how addresses work in Wildmount.
Yeah.
Hadakora, the Cobalt Soul Syndrome.
Right. Like literally, just this is
That would
it.
probably work, honestly.
Probably.
I'm sure someone at the
I don't know
Cobalt
if I
Soul,
have like.
sorts the mail and is like, okay, stick this one under Adakora's door.
I feel like they must have a PO box or something, like a set of.
Mhm. I think so. I think it's like a college dorm where everyone has a little
Yeah.
mailbox slot. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give him that number. Make the archivist's life a little easier.
Okay.
whoever works in the mailroom.
Right. God, that's got to be kind of a fun job. The mail. You probably see some weird shit.
Campaign 3 backstory.
Yep. God. But yeah, you give him your address. He writes it down. I guess I'll see you later tonight then.
Yeah, see ya. I better get back, or Ophelia might try to wiggle out of this.
Wait, I haven't met Ophelia, right? Is that one of your other
Oh
friends?
yeah, you haven't. Yeah, didn't come to dinner.
No, yeah, it was. How many other people are you with?
Uh, 3. you met Antimony, my sister.
Yes. And then Ophelia and someone else.
Sahar.
Wow.
Yeah, you'll know them when you see them. Just
All right. Well, yeah, I'm excited
yeah,
to meet them.
yeah. Don't tease them too much. That's my job.
I don't tease strangers. I like to get to know someone before I tease them.
Well, to each their own.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do
Listen,
you do? And so, how do you get to know someone if you're not teasing them?
Lysander's a little more reserved, perhaps.
Yeah, I'm like, be nice. And he's like, why wouldn't I be nice?
Yeah, what are you talking about? I'm a nice person. I'm very polite, unlike some people.
Right, I will head back.
All right. Yeah, your aunt and uncle sort of say goodbye to you on the way out. They're like, "Oh, you're coming to the dance?" Yes.
Yep, yep.
Have that
See you there.
conversation. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, you head back to Melodora's. Okay, do you guys do anything while Adakor is gone? Just hang out?
Yeah, mess around
Yeah.
with the stick.
Okay. Kalina's very interested. She's
Yes.
like sees you working on it, and she's like, "Did you make that yourself, or what are you carving into it?"
Oh, well, I mean, I bought the staff in the market, but I'm just, you know, carving some enchantments into it.
Really? What kind?
I honestly, out of character, I don't know.
Okay.
But I feel like Antimony will just
Yeah.
explain a bunch of runes and stuff and, go on her little
Mm-hmm.
her little
Explain
tangents.
the magical gun process.
Yes.
Kalina seems super interested.
Everyone in Visayas Teal is so nice about my work.
I don't really make things that are designed to be enchanted. I've never seen it done.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the tradition is pretty new in the Empire as well, but I think, fingers crossed.
Yes, good luck. I hope you don't need to use it too much
Yeah. Um
on your way back through the woods. Hope you don't get attacked by spiders again.
right, hopefully hopefully not a lot of spiders on our way back, but
Okay, and Adakor gets back wearing his nice shirt that he borrowed from Lysander. Melodora's like, "Oh, he was there. How's your cousin?"
He's all right.
"Good."
He did my hair, as you can see.
"Oh, not bad."
How's the stick? We're all very interested in the stick.
Everyone is fascinated, yeah.
How's it coming along?
the stick is so good.
It looks very cool.
Is the stick coming to the dance?
Oh gosh, I don't know. Is the stick coming to the dance?
It's kind of up to you. Do you want to bring a weapon or not?
Right, like how do they feel about enchanted sticks?
Dance with me at your peril. I've got a stick.
I mean, you're gonna need both hands to dance. So
That is
you won't
true.
be able to carry it around, but
Yeah, I think perhaps the stick will stay at home.
Introvert stick. Doesn't like to go to parties. Yeah, I will not go armed to the dance. I will keep a couple of knives because you can hide those.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Adakora is never without several knives on his
Several
person.
knives. Yeah, the more knives you have, the more valid you are. But well, it's a little not armed because the daggers don't do a lot of damage. It feels like being naked. But yeah, I'm leaving my bow and my rapier. Weapons aren't completely irrelevant. Like I get to do more damage if I don't use a dagger. Like everyone has a dagger in D&D. The skinniest wizard has a dagger. It doesn't feel like going armed. It feels like the default level of pointiness that you could have. Yes, it sort of does raise the question. If I were just to be completely unarmed and I had to like a hand strike, would I get sneak attack if the other conditions for sneak attack were right?
Wait, what?
I feel that you should.
If
If
I
you
do
like,
an unarmed strike, Julie, and all the other conditions for sneak attack are right, like I've been hidden or
the attack must
I'm
use a
very
finesse or ranged weapon.
okay.
yeah, it probably. I'm sure it says in the rule, the sneak attack description.
I didn't click on it. Yeah, okay. It must use a weapon. Okay.
I'm like, it probably says.
Yeah. All right. Well, no unarmed strikes for me.
Unfortunate. Yeah, you're gonna do like 1 damage, right? Okay. Yeah, everybody leaves their weapons. Melodora probably has a knife with her because I think Melodora always has a knife with her. But yeah, that's like not super uncommon. Yeah, Sahar leaves all of her stuff behind. Ophelia's never really unarmed as long as she has her holy symbol.
Piece of Ayun is always with you.
With
But
me?
Yeah.
I was like momentarily distracted. What was
I was just
this?
saying you're never really unarmed as long as you have your holy symbol.
Oh yeah. Is it gonna be like rude to bring the holy symbol?
No. I mean, you can ask. Melodora is not gonna like doesn't comment on you having it. So
Maybe she's just like not commenting because it would be rude to comment on someone else's rudeness and you just like let them be because you're like,
I think
you know,
from what
an
you've
elf.
seen of Melodora, that's not really how she operates.
That's true.
She's has never refrained from saying something because she was afraid she would be rude.
That's
Not
true.
when it was important.
I think
Also,
also like I feel like the logic of the gods is they're all in the same pantheon, so they
right.
don't really there's not like besides the ones that are evil, there's
Right.
not
Yeah.
really like a it's rude to acknowledge one god in another god's space, really.
Yeah, or to like it's not even it's pretty normal to be like more into one god than the others, and the other gods are probably not going to be offended by that. Right, yeah. If as long as you're not like
Yeah.
worshiping Tharizdun, you're probably fine. Ayun and Sehanin like don't have any beef or anything.
Okay.
I just thought about Traveler Con for a second.
Boy.
Probably bad to impersonate another god.
Well,
That might not go over well, but oh, okay. My god. What type of cleric would you even be?
I don't know. I feel like I have no clue what that would be. I mean, I guess I'd have to look at the actual domains again, but
Right. Yeah, there are a few I'm less familiar with, but none of the ones I can think of like really lend themselves to it. Because Tharizdun just wants to destroy everything, right? Like that's his entire motive.
yeah, right. So I think it would be kind of fun. I don't know. I feel like you could pull off a cleric who's just like a weird nihilist.
Yep. Oh, for sure. Maybe okay, I think in the DMG there's like the death domain, which is kind of it's
Oh,
like
that's true.
an evil domain. So like it doesn't get played a lot unless you're like deliberately playing an evil character.
Yeah, Death Cleric always seemed like it would be kind of fun. You can just make little zombies.
Yeah, I think I yeah. It's like the bad version of the grave cleric where you're just fucking
Yeah.
around instead of trying to help people. I kind of want to I thought about like a cleric of Lolth. I think that would be kind of fun.
Yeah, I feel like Lolth is one of those gods where it's like you could conceivably like play a character associated with her.
Hmm. Yeah, I could just do like war or something.
Yeah.
She's she's pretty violent, or her followers are anyway. They're into fighting. Well, evil campaign. I've never tried one. Just say if I would enjoy it or not, because I do like playing good characters.
I feel like an evil campaign would be fun.
Okay, so it gets dark. And you guys all head out. I think Melodora and Kalina bring some like food and drinks, just kind of to. It's probably like a potluck situation. There's just gonna be a giant table full of stuff. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
an entire cooked pheasant on a platter. Okay, I have a bunch of dance notes. But yeah, you guys continue through the city, and you see other people coming along as well. People, dressed similarly, also carrying food and stuff. And you head out into the woods, but it's clearly like a spot that people go to. Like this is kind of a designated area. There's a pretty defined path out there. It seems pretty safe. Like it would be hard to get lost on your way out to this spot, which is probably good because everyone's apparently going to get drunk. Um, it's not really like a super remote, difficult to get to place. But yeah, you head out and there might be more than one bonfire. I haven't decided how big this event is because Visayas Teal has like a population of 19,000 or something. Like it's a pretty big settlement. So maybe there are multiple of these going on in different places. Like I don't think all of those people are at the same party because that would be a little much. But yeah, there are a lot of people here. Um, there's probably a couple of different fires spread out. Yeah, maybe something like that. Um, and there's just a huge table. Block parties. Yeah, maybe. It's like a manageable sized party. But there's probably like a few hundred people here for sure. There aren't really any lights other than the bonfires because elves don't need that. So Ophelia, it's a little bit dim, but like the fires are big enough that you can see just fine. Like you're not gonna have a problem. But if you get too far away from them, it's gonna become like dim light, or even darkness if you like go out into the woods. Oh my god, the orb. Oh no. God, that orb is the worst thing. I can't believe you want that. Literally cursed. Okay, okay. I'll just have to get you one of those stat books or something. Um, dun- but yeah, and there's several tables out too. There's probably like a food table and a drink table. Um, the drinks here are there's a variety of them, but the main ones it's mostly hot drinks. And there are probably people with magical abilities who are like keeping the drinks hot or like maintaining, I don't know, maybe they have like a little sort of like a stand, like a clay stand that the pot of, hot cider is on top of, and there's a little fire under it, and someone's just like maintaining the fire, something like that. Um, but yeah, hot cider is a big one. Mulled wine is also big. Um, and Adacor especially, that grape wine isn't actually made in Visayas Teal because you can't grow grapes here; it's too cold. Um, but it's a very popular import. It's one of like the most popular things that is bought from the rest of the empire. So there's some mulled wine a big one for the cold weather. It is cold out because like the heated streets don't extend out here, but the hot drinks and the fire kind of makes up for it, and the dancing. Yeah, and the kind of dancing that people are starting up. Books would also suffice, but orb is instant. I gotta make you work for it though. Maybe you don't know. Anything's possible. Let's see what catchphrases can I think of. You don't know is a good one. You could certainly try. But as you arrive, the party is already kind of getting going. Um, I actually don't really know what kind of dances Ophelia grew up seeing. Um, but in Timony, you grew up in the Zemni Fields. Druvenload is in the Zemni Fields. And Zemnian dances tend to be like partner dances. Just kind of like upbeat music I was thinking more like waltzes and like polka and stuff like that. Um, just like German folk dance. But yeah, they're pretty high energy. It's like 3/4 or 4/4. Um,
Mhm.
I don't know. There's probably accordions and like brass and fun stuff like that. And in Besays Teal, the kind of dances that people are doing, there's nobody's really doing any partner dance. It's like a sort of like a line wrapped around into a circle. The circle isn't connected. Like the two ends don't meet because anyone could just kind of jump onto the end if they want to. But yeah, it's basically a big line situation where you hold hands with the people next to you and everyone's doing like um, the same steps. Let's see. I have okay, I based all of this off like actual dances because I'm like that. Let's see. I can send you guys links to examples if you're interested. But I'm kind of basing this off of like Bulgarian dance. Mm.
Ah, yes, the Slavic line, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. It's like, yeah, it's very, very Balkans. And the music that's playing it's like very loud. It's meant to be outdoors with people talking over it. So it's mostly drums and like very loud double reed instruments, kind of piercing. And occasionally there are some singers who occasionally perform as well, and they're usually accompanied by like flutes so that they can be heard better instead of the like blaring. I'm thinking of like shawms. I don't know how familiar you guys are with medieval instruments, but it is a pet interest of mine. They're just loud. They're really loud.
Yeah, I am visibly excited, and I grab the hand of whoever's standing closest to me and haul them toward the dance line.
All right. Who's that? Who wants to be that person? Who do you grab?
sign up to these guys, to be honest. Who is standing closest to me?
Probably not Ophelia.
Yeah, realistically, it was probably me.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
All right, I don't know any of the steps to this dance, but
You sure don't.
I'm gonna improvise.
Yeah, make a performance check.
Oh
See
boy, okay.
how fast you catch on. Is your
I
dex
will
bonus
help.
higher than your charisma bonus?
It is, yeah.
Okay, roll a performance. Are you proficient in performance? Probably not.
I don't think so, no.
Okay, then just make a dexterity check.
Okay.
I will
Just
help.
a performance
help.
check with your dex bonus. So
With
just
my
a
dex bonus,
straight
okay.
dex check. You can have advantage because Adakor is like trying to
Okay.
show you what to do. He's like, look at my feet, look at my feet.
Okay. All right. 14.
Okay, not bad. Yeah, you kind of stumble through a couple rounds of it, but you're not slowing anybody down. You just sort of like are not doing the right moves. And then you start to get, parts of them. And then after a while, you're feeling pretty good about it. You feel familiar enough with this one.
I've figured out one dance.
Yeah, good job.
Woo!
Sahar, I think, also seems visibly excited. Um, you guys run off, and she's still standing with Ophelia, and she's like, "This is kind of similar to the stuff we do at home. I mean, the rhythm's a little different, but it's this style, a line."
You could like go attach yourself to someone.
I think I might.
Hell yeah.
Do you want to come? It's fun. It's nice. You don't have to dance with one person. You just kind of are in a whole group with everyone. It's a lot less awkward that way. I don't really like partner dances much.
Um, I would, but there's a big food table that I gotta, I didn't like eat a lot for dinner, so like I'm pretty hungry. Dancing is like, whatever. Like you go have fun or whatever.
All
I'll just
right.
hang out.
All right. Well, maybe if you drink a little bit, you'll want to dance.
Uh, maybe.
Okay, she laughs, she heads off, and kind of jumps in to one of the circles. And yeah, she's pretty good. She picks it up pretty quickly. Okay.
Is like everybody dancing, or are there like some people that are not me that are just like outside of the circles?
For sure. Yeah, there's people kind of monitoring the food and drink tables, like setting stuff up, keeping the drinks heated. And yeah, there's people eating, drinking, standing around talking to each other. There's a lot of people
Okay,
milling around. You're not the only one who's not dancing.
that's good. It would be awkward to just be a weirdo. Though Adakoras would probably say I'm being weird anyway.
Okay, so you just go get some food.
Mm-hmm. Is there like drink that looks non-alcoholic or like smells non-alcoholic?
There probably is. There's probably some cider that like isn't alcoholic, really.
Okay, I'll take some of that as well.
Mm. Yeah, there are some kids here for sure too. So there's probably some like basically just juice.
I like look at them. How old would a kid be? Like in real years, would
Um,
a kid be like 1 to 17 years? And then an
sure.
adult is like 18 to 377.
Yeah, something like that. The kids you see are mostly older. There's not a lot of like very small children. It's probably like if they were human, it's mostly like 10 and up.
I see.
I feel like okay, I'm just gonna decide that smaller elf children need to sleep more. I don't know, like kind of like human children. So
They
yeah,
need their
nobody is
time.
yeah. People haven't brought their like babies out here because it's gonna be a late night and it's kind of rowdy. Um, but there are some like preteens and teens here.
Okay.
And yeah, some of them are dancing, some of them are just kind of running around, chasing each other, hanging out, or they're with hanging out with their parents, some of them. You do see a few people wearing symbols of the Moonweaver openly. So people seem pretty confident that this event isn't going to be like disturbed. And you also see kind of more than you expected some non-elves. It's like not just you and Sahar.
Oh,
But yeah,
yay.
you see a couple of humans, gnomes, dwarves, and they seem to be like here with other people, like they're with friends. Some of them are dancing, most of them are like talking to friends. And yeah, you kind of figure, maybe these are people who have like for whatever reason gotten close to elven residents of the city and were like trusted enough to be brought into this even though they're from other parts of the empire originally.
I see.
So yeah, those people do exist in the city.
Mm-hmm.
But there's probably a few you can tell are like couples, like they seem to be in romantic relationships with elves.
That's nice of them, I suppose.
But yeah, nobody really pays you much attention here. They don't seem to really question your presence.
Nice.
And you're also dressed similarly to most of the people here.
Okay. I guess I'll get the food and find a place to watch everybody else.
Okay. Yeah, there's probably some chairs that got dragged out here.
That sounds good.
There are some very old people here too who may or may not actually be dancing. You probably see like Atakora's grandpa sitting in a chair. Um, you
I'll
see
sit.
Kalina and Melodora dancing.
Okay. I'll like avoid the grandparents because I don't want
Figured, yeah.
to.
You don't want flowers.
I do, but I don't want to talk to them.
Okay, yeah, you watch for a while. Nobody really approaches you. Um, that dance is kind of, one comes to a close. The next one is some of them are slower than others. Some of them are easier to follow than others. And Timothy, you probably hit one that's like way too fast and complicated.
Yeah.
At some point you get to one where you're like, nope, okay, nope.
All right. I've hit the limit of my ability.
Like you could probably learn it if you had some time, but
This one is just not improbable.
mhm.
How's Sahara doing with the dances?
She's doing pretty well. You're kind of surprised. Like it's not perfect, but she seems to catch on pretty quickly. And she looks like she's having a lot of fun. At some point she does like break off and go to get food and drinks. But yeah, she looks like she is enjoying herself.
Yeah, I imagine it takes me a while to get out of breath because
Yeah, probably.
18 decks, but but eventually I'll go get I'll go find Aspina and ask her for some flowers.
Okay. Yeah, you see her. She's hanging out with your grandfather. They're just talking to people. They kind of seem like they know everybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're both dressed up. They have like flowers and ribbons and stuff in their hair. Yeah, Despina's just like conjuring flowers for everyone.
If I see Adakora breaking off, I'll stand up and scuttle after him, so that I can
Okay.
also I can go
Okay.
if Adakora is there.
Sounds good. And Tiffany, you probably stopped by now, I would guess.
Yeah, I think probably I will also like when we get to a dance that's just like too intense for me, um I'll kind of pop off and go get food.
Okay. Yeah, you're getting food and stuff, and you see Adakora head over to his grandparents. If you would like to get some flowers.
Yes, flowers. Flowers sound good.
Okay. Despina is in the middle of you see like some kids, they're probably like 12 or 13, run up and like talk to her excitedly, and she like gets, flowers for all of them, and then they run off. And then she sees you all approaching and smiles.
Did they catch up to me at the same time? I'm curious.
Probably.
Yeah. Oh, there you are.
Hello, all of you. Are you having fun?
I'm having lots of fun. And you look great.
Thank you. It's been a long time since you've been to something like this, hasn't it?
Too long. And we need flowers, please.
Oh, of
Please, there
course.
should be a please on there.
Do you want what? Crowns? Single flowers?
I want a crown.
A little bouquet? Yeah, okay, she makes you a flower crown. It's mostly like blue, probably. She knows you like that. blue with like leaves in it, so it's mostly blue and green. And then she looks at Antimony and Ophelia expectantly.
I a crown sounds very nice.
Hmm.
Okay, she makes Ophelia one with like white and yellow flowers in it.
I
Thank
think
you.
maybe I'll do like individual flowers and then force Adakora to put them in my hair.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. She gets
One
you
at a time.
an assortment of like small flowers of different colors and
Nice.
hands them to you in a little bouquet.
I'll make a guess at what Sahar might like too.
Okay. Yeah, what do you think?
No, probably not a whole crown. Maybe like a bracelet. You know,
Ooh, okay.
bracelet,
Okay,
and
she
then
made
whatever color she was wearing.
yeah, I don't know what color she was wearing. I think she was probably wearing like a white blouse with different colored embroidery on it. So let's see. Yeah, Despina will make a bracelet with like red and purple flowers in it because that was the main colors of the embroidery and hand that to you. Well, I'm glad he convinced you all to come, she says to Timony and Ophelia.
Yes, I mean I'm having a good time. It's exciting to kind of, you know, experience a bit of the culture.
Is it very different from the sort of dances you do in your home?
A little. I think that Sahara is from like the east, right?
Yes, she
Mhm.
is from Blade Garden, which is
Yeah,
very far east.
yeah. Yeah, so I'll just say like I think that there's it might be more similar to some of um the dances that you see in like the Eastern territories. Ours are more like mostly partner dances, but I'm doing my best to keep up.
Oh, I saw you a little. It seemed like you were doing a good job. What about you, Ophelia?
Um, it's been a good time. I like I like watching everybody.
Well, you
And
should
the
try
food
jumping
is
into one of the
hmm,
slower ones.
perhaps I will.
She kind of looks at Adakora like meaningfully, like you should get her to do one of the more simple dances when they come around.
Uh, I give her a look that I hope conveys, I know, but I'm not pushing it.
Okay.
Lay off. We'll get there. Also, are they telling the truth about having a good time?
The girls make an insight check.
16.
Are you guys telling the truth?
Yeah.
I feel like Tim must be.
It sounded sincere, but I'm
Yeah.
checking both of them.
Yeah, Ophelia surprisingly does seem to be enjoying herself.
Yeah, I mean, I'm having fun.
I haven't had anything to drink yet, so I'm gonna go get something.
Okay. That's true. Yeah, it's true. Nobody's really paying attention to her, which is nice. Has not really been the norm in the city so far. Mostly you
Yeah.
get stared at a little bit. But here everyone seems to kind of assume that anybody who was invited to this event is like fine. And clearly they know somebody here or you just like wouldn't be here. So they're not really
Mm-hmm.
surprised to see you. Okay, so you head over to the drinks table. Sahara's kind of still hanging out around, just watching, drinking some mulled wine.
Did Adokura already put the flowers in Antimony's hair?
Did I? I imagine I probably would have done that while we were standing around talking.
Probably, yeah, that makes sense.
Grandparents.
Okay.
Are you all heading over there with Adokura?
Yeah.
Sure,
I'm not
why
sticking
not?
around.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, I'll get a drink and then circle around to Sahar and give her the flower bracelet. Got this for you from my grandmother.
Thanks. She puts it on. She seems very delighted.
Having
She's
a
like
good time?
a little drunk already. Yes. This is, I mean, it's not exactly like parties at home, but it's close enough.
I don't need to insight check that one. She's a bad liar.
She's a terrible liar.
And she's a little drunk, so it's pretty.
Yeah.
You do this under the moon at home?
Well, no. We have to sleep a little more than you people.
Yeah, but even people who have to sleep stay up late sometimes.
That's true. Usually, well, more likely to do it in the summer.
Mm.
So it doesn't get dark until when it doesn't get dark until a little bit later. We don't really, it's not connected to any particular gods for us. The dances are a little different, but I'm almost surprised at how similar the instruments are. I guess this kind of thing is good for playing outside no matter what. She looks at Ophelia. Are you having fun? Have you danced yet?
I have danced actually.
I think Sahara's gonna insight check you. Um,
Do Do you want me to decept?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna channel divinity to get proficiency in deception.
Oh my god. Okay. Sahar's not even very good at insight, so
14.
what'd you say?
14.
You're cutting out at the beginning, like the number at the beginning. 14. Okay, great. She rolled a 9, so it's fine. Okay, she just kind of smiles then and is like, good for you.
Yeah, then you won't mind one more.
No, I'm all danced out actually.
Oh, come on, we'll find an easy one. It's really not so bad. You just watch everyone else move their feet and mimic them. It's the same steps the whole time.
I've danced before. Case in point, 2 minutes ago when I was just dancing. Um, it's I am not athletic. I am fatigued after a single dance.
Well, this
Well,
was too fast anyway. We'll see if you've got your breath.
yeah, have a drink, eat some more food, and you'll feel better.
Hmm.
I think it would make a really good story for your roommates. I bet they've never been to something like this. I mean, hell, I bet Torkel hasn't been to something like this.
Well, I wouldn't tell Torkel, first of all, because he doesn't deserve to know about what kind of fun I have. Um, and I think I don't remember her name.
Who?
The one who's not Ida.
Mm. Atka.
Yeah, I think she would. She's kind of close, maybe. They might have similar types of dances.
Yeah, she's from Ice Haven.
Where's the map? She is from. I guess Ice Haven is pretty far from Visayas TL.
Yeah, like we're way beyond that in terms of north.
Yeah. What kind of food and drink did you get at Akora?
I just got a drink. I didn't get food.
One drink.
I don't know. The drinkable kind. Probably alcoholic cider.
I'm gonna take like a bread roll and hold it out to you. Take this.
Insight check. Why are you giving me a bread roll? 14. Why are you giving me a bread roll?
I still have deception. Wait 1 second.
Are you trying to deceive me with this bread roll?
13, so maybe a little.
I'm trying.
I want you to take it for nefarious purposes.
It's not like you to offer me food. I'm going to be really honest.
Well, I'll like bend down and pick up a rock and hold that out to him. There. Here's a pretty rock. You should hold on to this one.
Why?
Can a person not just give a gift to a beloved friend?
I can. I don't know about you.
Excuse me. Well, maybe I'm
Plus, this is
turning.
just kind of a regular rock, and it's kind of big to go in my pockets.
You haven't even inspected this rock, so you can't. You have to hold it to ensure that this is not a rock that you want to keep.
I feel like if I take the rock, you're gonna cast a spell on me.
No.
Uh, he laughs and he takes the rock and looks at it.
I'm gonna take Adakura's flower crown and swap them with my own.
I try to stop you.
Your hands are full.
There's
You
a
can't stop
rock in
me.
my hand.
A weapon.
You're right, it's a great rock. It's a great weapon. Don't touch my flower crown.
You'll get a different flower crown. It's fine.
I like this one. I just got it. There's a pun in here about deflowering me. I'm not gonna say it.
Wow.
Did you say that, or was that
No.
out of character?
Let's see. There's a pun. I'm not gonna say it.
Adakura just thinks it in his head. Okay, sorry, very late on this. My hookups went away. I checked, and it looks like Ice Haven is in the Zemni fields technically. So I think they're culturally Zemnian.
Uh, just very separate.
Yeah, it's probably a little bit different over there because they're so isolated. Like culturally, they probably have some weird stuff that they do, but they're
They're like
not
Bavarian.
right. Yeah, or like men or something. But yeah, not really anything in common with Visayas Teal.
I see, I see.
Did you succeed at getting my flower crown?
I don't know.
Wait, okay, what?
Pretty
Sorry,
rolling.
what happened? You tried to steal Adakura's flower crown just because?
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to
Yeah,
trade him, but
she handed me a rock to occupy me. I'm not totally clear on the purpose
so
of the
that
rock.
so that both of your hands were full, so you couldn't grab me.
It's like one hand.
You're holding
Oh,
a
I have a
drink.
drink. I do have a drink.
Yeah,
in
you're
my hand.
holding a
Yeah.
drink and a rock. Okay, I guess Ophelia make a sleight of hand check
Okay.
to see if you could steal the flower crown.
I should have channeled divinity for this, but I guess 15.
Let's see, what should I make? Um, just make a dexterity check.
Straight roll.
Yeah.
18.
Okay, yeah, you drop the rock and you bat Ophelia's hand away.
No.
If you want a blue one, we can ask for a blue one.
I don't want a blue one. I want to take yours.
Well, I'm sure there will be more opportunities.
No, it's dead to me now.
Hmm.
I'll eat my bread roll.
Sahara's just watching this with amusement.
Sahara is like, this is my favorite daytime program. Like,
Yeah. Just the most entertaining thing I have to watch now is these two fuck around.
yeah, but I will keep my eye on when a slower dance starts.
Okay, yeah, the next couple of dances go by, and you get a slower one. It's also, um, some people start singing, which is fun. They probably start at this point, you get like a song about Sehanin in Elvish, of course, but yeah, this one is like accompanied by flutes and voice and is a little bit slower. And it's pretty simple.
Go on, please.
You're asking me?
I'm asking you.
I don't think you've done anything that deserves me gracing you with a dance, actually.
Before she's done talking, I take her hand and I try to pull her over towards the
No, I resist.
dance.
Sahar grabs your other hand.
What the fuck?
They both pull you over to the circle.
I'll make it up to you later.
This is so. I could end your guys' lives right here.
Just wait until after the dance. And
No. I guess I'll get dragged.
Are you gonna go with him, Antigone?
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
follow along.
Okay, so you all jump back in. Um, Everyone besides Ophelia is doing fine. You guys are kind of and Timony, you're like used to it enough by now. This one's pretty easy to pick up.
Mhm.
Ophelia, are you like trying to follow along or are you just kind of
I'm following along in the sense of like a teenager who really doesn't want to be there, so they're just like dragging their feet and they're like moving at half
okay?
speed.
Okay, you're getting kind of jostled between Adakora and Sahar.
Yeah,
They do not seem to mind though.
it's kind of fucked up.
Okay, so yeah, if you're not like attempting to do the steps, I'm not gonna make you make a check. You just kind of stumble through it.
Yeah,
But if you want to make a check, you can. If you want to like observe and
I don't want to
actually
give these guys the satisfaction.
okay, that's fine.
I didn't bring that much gold with me.
Then I
So I can't
guess
hand
we
over.
can't.
What did I give you to dance?
Pardon?
I try to steal your flower crown while you're not dancing.
I am dancing. Or
I
do you
try to
mean
steal your
after the
flower
last
crown while
one?
you were going through the motions, but not dancing.
Okay. Okay, make a sleight of hand check.
I'm actually not proficient in sleight of hand. I just have a high dex, so
That's very funny.
pretty badly. So 13.
Okay. Well, let's see. I have Ophelia make an insight check because you are. We'll see if you notice.
Okay. Are we like
Or no, perception, not insight, perception.
okay? Is this not the dance that you linked? Are we not holding hands?
Well, he's gonna have to drop your hand real quick to snatch it.
Yeah.
I see.
I mean, you're probably gonna notice. You have a very high perception.
You do, yeah.
I don't think I do. Not with a roll, at least. I think it's what did you get?
13.
Oh, never mind. 8 plus 7 or whatever.
That is 15.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you notice. You grab his hand again and like pull it back down before he can grab the flower crown.
He can have it.
Okay.
I just
you
won't
let
take
him
his hand
have it.
again. I'll just hold it to myself. It'll be the most awkward circle.
Okay, there's a gap in the circle now.
Yeah.
What else can I do
Okay.
for you? Sorry, go ahead.
Eventually the dance does end. Do you want to try to bother Ophelia more during it, or?
Nah, I guess not.
Okay, the dance ends. Sahar also kind of splits off with you guys.
I'm gonna go stand in a corner.
Sahar looks a little guilty and she kind of turns at a corner and is like, oh, maybe we shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, I just kind of grimace.
Sahar grabs the flower crown that you are holding, if you let her, Ophelia's
Sure.
one. And she goes over and takes it to Ophelia and is like, here, sorry about that. Are you okay? Do you want some food? Do you want a drink?
I'm good. It's fine. It was fun. I'm not taking the flower crown.
Make a deception check, I guess. Unless you're like not trying to, like, are you just being very obviously
It sounds very
sarcastic?
forced.
Okay, yeah, Sahar can probably tell.
That dance looks pretty fun. You should probably, well, you could join that.
She looks like legit dejected. She puts the flower crown back on your head and just like kind of sets it on top of your head and goes back over to the drinks table.
Is Antimony dancing more?
Yeah, sure. Let's say I'm just having a blast. I'm
Okay.
dancing.
Timothy's just having a good time,
That's
not paying
good.
a lot of attention to the drama that is happening.
I'll go watch near her, because she didn't betray me and steal my flower crown.
Are you still wearing it? Like, do you leave it on
Um,
your head after Sahar puts it there, or do you take it off again?
I'll leave it there, but I don't like it.
Okay. Okay, Adakor, what are you doing?
I'm gonna give her a minute.
Are you dancing, or are you just kind of hanging out?
Hanging out.
Okay. Lysander comes over to you. Hi.
I salute.
He kind of rolls his eyes. He's drunk.
Yeah.
You look a little, I don't know, not very excited. You having a good time?
I have been having a good time.
Your sister's pretty good at this. He kind of gestures to Antimony.
She's a fast learner. How's your night been?
Oh, relaxing. I've avoided Aunt Melidor this entire time. She's mostly been dancing, though.
Got a lot of time for talking when you're dancing.
Right. Well, she's bound to get tired eventually. Maybe when she stops dancing, I'll start dancing.
That's a strategy.
Can I meet your other friends?
Sure. Uh, which way? Sahara's at the drinks table. Ophelia's kind of closer to Antimony.
Mm-hmm.
Go towards Sahara first.
Okay. Sahara's just drinking, looking a little sad
Yeah.
now.
Hey, this is my cousin Lysander. Lysander Sahar.
Hi. She looks at him. Probably does like a handshake thing. I don't know if elves do handshakes. He shakes her hand. Nice to meet you. Sahar smiles. You having a good time? Says Lysander. I know I hate it. God,
Yeah,
I'm the worst.
sorry.
Jesus.
I'll say,
If I could do voices, it would be a lot easier, but I'm just like, I have to like preface it with who's talking, which makes everything worse. Yeah, they just
I'm
like
gonna,
make small talk. But yeah,
I'm
go
gonna
ahead.
say, I'll see if I can find Ophelia and leave them to talk.
Okay. They're just having like, yeah, they're making kind of awkward, like drunk small talk, you know.
Drunk
Yeah,
small
you know,
talk.
but there's like drinks and food in front of them.
Yeah,
Like
they
it'll
seem
be fine.
they seem fine. Yeah, they seem fine. Yeah, but yeah, he's just like, oh yeah, how are you having fun? She's like, yeah, doing this and that. You know, it's it's nothing particularly deep.
Is Ophelia where she was?
Probably. It depends on where Antimony is, I guess. But it shouldn't be that far.
Okay, yeah. Um, I will come up next to you. Not say anything for a second. Just see uh, if you acknowledge my presence. I guess.
No.
No.
I mean, like, I probably do, but I make an effort not to acknowledge.
Oh, I bring a food item from the table with me. Obviously.
Oh my
Um,
god. Alright, what did you bring?
Probably a bread item. Are there like sweetbreads? Like something sweet?
Like pastries, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
There's like various fruit pastries and tarts and things.
Now does Ophelia acknowledge it? If I have a food item in my hand, does Ophelia acknowledge my presence?
I can't believe that you. Um. I don't think so. She's pretty petty. She's very, like, all bridges burned. Sort of grumpy.
Yeah, but it happens like once a week.
Yeah.
Once a week, all bridges burned with Adakora. Not
Yeah.
frozen.
Maybe she, like, briefly looks at him. Or, like, stares at the roll, like, what the fuck do you think you're gonna accomplish with this?
Shouldn't have dragged you out there.
What was the first part? I didn't hear it.
I shouldn't have dragged you out there.
Yeah, maybe not.
I have to do to apologize to get you to believe that I'm really sorry.
Hmm. Do you, like, look guilty? Do you look contrite?
Is that an insight? Yeah. Yeah.
Do you want me to roll an insight?
Only if you
Okay.
don't trust him. He looks contrite. If you think he might be lying, you can roll insight, but it's up to you.
Hmm. I got a 12, so it's not super good, but like he's not lying, I don't
Sincere.
think. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he seems sincere.
I'm gonna put the flower crown that I have on his shoulder, I guess,
Okay.
since you wanted it.
Is that an answer? Or do you want to hear me say it again?
It's like fine, I guess.
I mean, it doesn't have to be fine. I'd like to make it fine, but it doesn't have to be right away.
Well, it wasn't really anything. We just like danced or whatever. It's not something to make a fuss about or be upset about, so it's like whatever.
So you're not upset?
Yeah.
'Cause you kind of seem upset.
I mean, I guess, but it's not. It doesn't matter.
Matters if you're upset.
But it's like it shouldn't, you know, because it's like it's fun. It was just dancing.
Fun for you.
Yeah. I'll I'll take the role.
Is
The
he
role makes
lying?
her more mad because because it works.
Yeah.
Right. He knows my weaknesses.
Do you want new flowers that haven't been tainted?
No,
I
it's
think you could
okay.
do that. You could
I
rebraid your
don't.
hair.
Maybe later or something. Is Are you like not dancing anymore? Or like what?
Uh, I don't plan ahead very far. I don't know. But Sahar's pretty guilty too. She's talking to my cousin, so if you want, I could introduce you, or I can just say I didn't know where to find you. That's fine too.
Um. I can go. It might be awkward though.
They're both a little bit drunk, so they probably won't notice.
Okay. Are you drunk?
No, I've had one drink.
But you're like a lightweight.
I don't think I am, but I guess my con's not super high.
Your con's not super high, but you're also pretty big. So I feel like Ophelia is more of a lightweight than you are.
Yeah.
Because Ophelia doesn't drink much and she's
No.
smaller than you.
Ophelia's just being mean to him.
Okay.
No, but yeah, you say that and I think a second. I'm like, am I alive? I don't think so.
The intended effect.
To make you doubt yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, why are we friends? Why do you do this to us? But yeah, if she's cool with it, I will offer her my hand and lead her over to Sahar and Lysing.
You'll offer your hand?
Yeah, like,
I don't know if you're forgiven to the point of hand holding, so like I'll just follow
elbow?
you.
Elbow
But
maybe?
nope.
No.
Nope. But we'll go. You can lead.
Okay, so you follow Adakora back to the drinks table where Sahar and someone you have not met are talking. It's a pretty young elven man. He looks pretty similar to Adakora. They have similar skin tones and hair styles. And there's a little bit of a family resemblance. Yeah, pretty close in age. He's probably a little bit shorter than Adakora, but they have similar builds. And yeah, he's just talking to Sahar.
What are they
I
talking
will.
about now?
Are you gonna kind of listen to them as you approach?
Yeah, in my head I like half expect them to be like bragging about how far they can throw a knife and still be accurate.
They are. Sahar is talking about. It sounds like she's talking about like a city, like stuff to do in a city, or she's just kind of describing a city. She looks a little. She looks little bit like wistful and somber now, but yeah, she's just kind of like, oh yeah, there's the center of town has this and this, and these kinds of shops and restaurants. And Lysander seems to be listening intently. But you can't tell exactly what she's talking about. She's not like saying the name of the city in the snippet of conversation that you catch.
I'll like nudge Adakora forward, I guess. The only acceptable touch that you get is the nudge.
I clear my throat. Bond Ophelia. Ophelia, this is my cousin Lysander.
Oh, he turns around. Nice to meet you.
Yes.
Okay. Do you know each other from the Cobalt Soul then?
Yeah, we met there and frequently do stuff together, I guess, so
He just kind of grins at you. He seems friendly and kind of, calm.
At what
This
point were you ever romancing?
you don't know. Maybe it's a long con.
Or are you talking about Eleni?
Yeah,
It
you
is
know.
yeah.
You're just
Ophelia's
lining up elves and not doing anything
elves.
to
Yeah.
romance them.
This is the elf that's joining the army, though. I feel like Adakora told you that his cousin was thinking about joining the Righteous Brand, right?
I
Yeah,
believe so.
there'd been dinner drama about it.
That's right. Yeah, when you got back from family dinner, you told Sahar and Ophelia both, I think, about it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I
Yeah.
will cut in and be like, oh yeah, she's a cleric, we go on quests together, that kind of thing. And yeah, Lysander, mom's sister's son, and he's going to join Regis Brand, and just kind of
Mm-hmm.
catching each other up.
Yeah,
That's
Sahar
exciting.
doesn't. Oh, go ahead. Or
I
do
was
you
just saying
go
that's
down?
exciting.
Okay. A good Ophelia one-liner. Yeah, Sahar doesn't react when you say that. Like she seems to have already either remembered this or like gotten it out of him. But yeah, Lysander says, yeah, I told Sahar that I was probably going to be traveling around more in the Empire soon, and that I would probably end up in Blade Garden at some point, and she was just telling me a little about it. She grew up there. I'm sure you knew that, though.
She's mentioned.
Sahar just kind of grimaces a little while Lysander isn't looking.
It sounds fancy.
Sahar kind of gives a little like surprised laugh. She has a surname.
I forget what it is.
Nuri.
Oh yeah.
Sahar. Wow, not a campaign. God. This part's not a lie. She's telling the truth for once. Yeah, she kind of laughs when Ophelia says that, and it's like, it's not. It's a city. It's kind of just a overgrown fortress, to be honest.
But where's the gardens?
In people's backyards mostly.
That's not
There's some of
right.
those.
There's supposed to be like a huge courtyard with like a maze garden and like roses and death at every turn
What are you talking about?
for like the name Blade Garden.
Oh, she laughs. Hang on, I'm double checking the origins of the name because I think I know what it is, but I have to check the book.
Well, it's a shame they didn't let you do the city planning.
Yeah, they should just hire me for everything.
Okay, let's see. Well, it used to be. I mean, do you know the history of Blade Garden? She kind of looks at Ophelia. I mean, I know you study things.
I don't know, do I?
Make it a history check.
21.
Oh yeah, you know. You were just fucking with them, I guess.
Nope, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, you totally know. Sahara's like, all right, sure. She takes this at face value. She knows you're not from the Empire, so it doesn't seem that crazy that you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Especially since you've only lived in Rexentrum, which is pretty far away. Um. Well, they're back before the Empire was the Empire. They defeated the Jewless Dominion, which was the empire in the eastern half of Wildmount. And east of them, there was some nomadic clans of orcs living out by the mountains. Blade Garden was their settlement. There was a really, well, they say one of the worst battles in the Calamity took place there. So back when it was first settled, I guess my ancestors uh, scavenged a lot of weapons from the ground. The whole place was kind of destroyed. We had to repair it. This was a long time ago, though. But that's why it was called Blade Garden when it was first settled. And now I think people now understand it more as, the garden of people fighting with blades. Like you grow soldiers there.
I see.
But yeah, no rose mazes or anything. It's not a very fancy place. Most of the people who live there are either part of the army or somehow adjacent to it, or provide relevant products and services. A lot of weaponsmiths, a lot of simple inns and basic supplies.
I see.
We don't really have nobility or anything over there.
Do you have like Crown's Guard and stuff? I guess
I
you
think
would.
the Crownsguard are also trained there, I think. Let me see.
Oh, do you like not train to be in the Crown's Guard? Is the Crown's Guard not the army? Or is that
No,
the
the
Golden?
Crownsguard is not the army. Um, the Crownsguard is the like city watch.
um,
So the Crownsguard is the cops. The Righteous Brand is the army.
oh, I see.
So they're like organized differently. They're completely separate organizations. And the Blade Garden is like the main sort of training, like the largest, most central training area for the Righteous Brand.
I see, I see.
Um, it's not technically like a fortress or anything like the Ashgard garrison, or there's another fortress in the east somewhere that I can't remember the name of. But a lot of people who live there are military, and it's also the only. This is just me telling you this, not Sahar, but it's the only city in the empire that has a majority. The majority of the population is at least has like some Orcish descent.
I see.
So that's where Sahar grew up, which is why she's kind of like a little weirded out by being places that are mostly there are no orcs around.
I see.
It doesn't say in here whether they have a crowns like whether crowns guard in there or not, but I think they must.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that got mentioned in the show at some point, but I like Bryce went there
Oh
to
yeah.
train or something, but Bryce might have been actually joining the army because of the war, so who knows?
They'll
Anyway,
take
not
anyone they
important.
can, I suppose.
But yes, Sahar kind of uh yeah. Sorry, I'm just reading your messages now. But yeah, good old city on top of site of calamity battle, just like Rosona.
Well,
But yeah, Sahar kind of goes through a rambling explanation of the origin of the name and why there's not a lot of fancy stuff there. And you're like, I know more about the city than this, but okay.
maybe if the Cobalt Soul ever takes us there, we'll go plant a garden, and then it'll be at least a little bit accurate.
I mean, people have gardens. It's just, kitchen gardens, like normal shit, herbs
Yeah,
and
that's not the
stuff.
same. If it's not impressive and grand, is it really like a garden for like
Yes.
a name? We could like
Look, I'm too drunk to have this conversation with you.
okay, I guess.
And
You want me to have it? I don't know anything about
Yeah,
Blade Garden, but I
Atticus
can
better
play devil's advocate.
better suited to this whatever this battle of wits is that you do. I am even when I'm sober, I can't really keep up with you two, so
Well, I will concede then.
anyway, that's why it's called Blade Garden. I do miss it sometimes. Lysander looks like he wants to ask her more questions, but is refraining.
Yeah, I want to ask more questions, but I'm refraining because Lysander's there.
Yeah, he looks like he's like, okay, there's got to be some other story behind this, but he like doesn't want to press, so he is not saying anything. There's a little awkward silence.
You could probably go back eventually if you wanted. Check it out.
She takes a long drink of whatever she's drinking. I don't think so.
Have you like burned all the bridges?
You could say that.
Are you like a war criminal now?
Uh, I mean, to be a war criminal, you actually have to go to war, so not so much.
Oh. Did you like not want to fight in the war?
I wanted to fight.
You wanted to fight?
My sister was serving at Ashgard Garrison when the Kreen attacked. I don't know if he's alive or not.
Was that Sahar's sister, brother?
She said her sister just now.
Okay.
I wanted to go find her or find out what happened to her.
Do you think she's this way? The Kryn are kind of like on the opposite direction, so I don't.
What? What do you? What?
Like, if she went to go fight with the Kryn and disappeared, like, Jorhas is kind of on the opposite side of Wildmount.
She
Not
didn't
here in.
go fight the Kreen. She was just posted at the garrison. They're the ones who attacked it.
But yeah, but like if they attacked and she went missing, then like if she's like a prisoner, she wouldn't be over here.
I know that. I'm not stupid.
Did you like get kicked out from searching?
Just ask me what you want to ask.
I don't know what I want to
dance
ask.
around it.
I'm listening to some birds. But I don't want to like be real with the birds, you know?
I don't know what you're talking about.
If you like tell me what she looked like or if she's similar to you and like her name, I could try to send a message to her.
I thought you could only send messages to people you've met.
I need to be familiar with them. That doesn't necessarily mean like I might not be able to, but I could try. If you like say lots of stuff about her.
It's not going to make a difference whether I know or not. She's either dead or she's alive, and there's nothing I can do about it. Lysander is looking like he just kind of looks at Adakor like, should we stop this? Like, clearly this is like Sahar's getting upset. He just kind of looks at you like a little bit panicked, like, what should we do?
Lysander does not understand the art of letting things play out.
Should we intervene?
Does Sahar look like she's about to walk off, like upset, or
Make an insight check.
9?
9. Hard to tell. She looks she looks like kind of on the edge between like very sad and like about to yell at someone. Like she maybe is about to lose her temper, but she's also just like extremely upset. I don't know. You think if Ophelia pushes a little more, she might like yell.
Okay. Well, that's
Maybe
not ideal.
yeah, maybe she'll walk off, hard to say, but she kind of looks about to lose her temper a little bit.
Um, I'm gonna how this is such a dumb question. How close is the food table to the drinks table?
I don't know, it's not that far. Like they're maybe like 10 feet apart.
Okay, I'm gonna say, hey Ophelia, you finished your role thing.
Yeah.
Lysander should show you what's good at that table.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I bet you haven't tried all this stuff yet.
Lysander's like, yes, yeah.
Totally.
That's a good excuse. Yeah, I can do that.
He is drunk. Yeah, he's like kind of starts going towards the food table and like loudly describing all of the foods.
Well, follow, I
Okay.
suppose.
Yeah, he doesn't grab you or anything, but he's sort of like desperately like trying to get you to follow him. It's pretty obvious. Okay, guys, I have to go to the bathroom really quick.
Okay.
Okay.
Now Ophelia's going to be mad at me for not letting her make Sahar cry.
I think she's just mad at you in general.
Yeah. You'll find a way to blame me for this one specifically, because I.
I think she's mad at the implication that she can be distracted in all ways by food.
Well, I'm going to do damage control. It's going to be fine.
She's like, Sahar can yell if she wants. I don't care. I think her questioning was just like weird because she doesn't actually care. And I don't think she realizes that Sahar like defected or whatever.
Ophelia is just like Godzilla stomp through Sahar's
Yeah.
backstory.
She's like, you're talking now, so might as well ask questions, I guess, even though I don't care or know.
She can't help herself. Has to poke at a wound.
Yeah.
Edakura is like, I've been playing the 3-week long con of getting Sahar to trust us before I was going to ask.
She's like, if you're talking about it, then it's fine. We can ask questions. What time is your dinner thing or whatever?
There's not a set time, but I should probably leave around sometime after 4. I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, I'm back.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Okay, where were we?
Ophelia just got bribed with food again.
True. Okay, so Ophelia allows herself to be led off by a very nervous, slightly panicking Lysander, who is not being particularly subtle about his intentions. Leaving Atakora and Sahar alone by the drink table.
Yeah. See if you can get Lysander to cry. I'm sorry about that. Are you okay?
No.
Do you want to sit down?
Sure.
I'll get her away from the drink stand.
Okay.
Enough drinking.
Okay, yeah, there's some chairs that are kind of on the other side of the fire from the tables. And kind of far back from everything. How come when Ophelia asks me questions, it sounds like she's, I don't know, trying to get a rise out of me?
I don't think that's her intention.
Probably not.
She just thinks if there's a question to be asked, it might as well be asked.
You could have asked me when it was just the two of us. Been alone with her before.
No, I don't think she's put it all together or anything, but either way, I'm sorry she put you on the spot.
Your cousin seems alright, but I don't know him. And if he's going to be joining the Righteous Brand, it's probably better if he doesn't know me.
I think what happens at Sehaneen's revel stays at Sehaneen's revel.
She does laugh at that. I suppose he's going to have to keep some secrets anyway. It shouldn't be too hard to add one more. But I don't want him to know the details. It's just going to be one more thing to hide. He doesn't need that.
Well, you helped him too. So maybe it balances out at the end.
I hope I helped him. That's another thing. I don't want to scare him away. Seems like he's made up his mind. I don't think it's a bad decision either. He's got double motives. He seems pretty capable. He told me a little bit about his experience with weapons.
Well, sometimes no amount of capability really helps, but we'll be fine.
That's true. It's true for most things, though. No matter how good you think you are, there's always somebody better. Could just have rotten luck. Or you make a snap decision that ruins everything. Right. It's like Vox Machina and doors or and windows.
Don't say that. It happened once.
Defeated.
It doesn't have to be a whole thing.
I know, I know. Don't worry about it. Eventually you'll get reliable talent and then it will be impossible for you to get stuck in a window.
Yes. Holding out for a hero.
Bane's only a D4 though. Reliable talent if he's proficient in climbing. And he can't roll below a 10. You can't.
I feel like I don't have enough proficiencies, but that's a conversation for another time.
Okay.
um, not with my skill checks.
You get a lot of expertise, but your proficiency amount stays whatever it was at the beginning.
Yeah. Uh, anyway. Um, um,
You probably have at least 5.
me?
So you
What?
usually get. No, I'm talking to Ophelia.
Oh.
You usually get like 1 or 2 with your background. I think you get 3 from your class. You might get to pick one for being a human. Anyway, this isn't important. Sorry, continue.
Well, I forget what I was gonna say because I'm like I genuinely might not have enough proficiencies. I don't know how D&D Beyond works though. I thought
I'll take if you think there's something wrong, I'll take a look at your character sheet. You did miss the cantrip, so
I
I'm not
did,
ruling
and
it
now
out.
I'm like, there's gotta be. No, I
Well,
probably have.
I'll go take a look at it later. I'll let you know.
It's fine. Yeah, you can look at it later, but it's probably fine.
I'm pretty good at D&D Beyond now. I've made a lot of characters on it, so
I just second guess everything after finding out I was supposed to have a cantrip. um. I genuinely forget what I was gonna say. She said something about snap decisions.
Yeah, she said sometimes you make a snap decision and it ruins your life.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, it's temporarily the snap decisions that unfuck your life.
God. All of my jobs. Do you really want to know what happened?
Not if you're going to get upset.
I'm already upset.
Well, I don't think I can bribe you with food as easily as Ophelia.
No. She's shockingly easy to bribe. Yeah, you have no idea what they're talking about. I can't tell if she likes me or hates me.
You know, sometimes I feel the same way.
You know, I almost told Kalina everything.
Really?
Yeah, we were just hanging out, and I was in the workshop. Nobody else was in the house. She asked me if I was bored and if I wanted to come take a look at what she was making. It's really easy to talk to.
Yeah, that's what my mom says.
She was asking, vague questions. Like I could tell she didn't want to push it or anything. I just told her I screwed something up and I left and I could go.
I think you
You
cut
ever?
out at the end there.
Oh, I did. Hang on. What did you hear?
Kalina was asking vague questions and she didn't want to press.
Okay. Oh yeah, Sahar says, I just told her that I screwed up and I had to leave and I can't go back. Didn't really get into any more detail than that. We could have told her. It's not like she would rat me out. Not that I think any of you would rat me out. Some kind of
Sometimes it's
illegal
not
religious service.
well, sometimes it's not about that. I
What do you mean?
mean, we have pragmatic reasons not to tell people things, and we have emotional ones.
I think Sahar can tell that Ophelia wouldn't like tell on her to the Empire because Ophelia doesn't seem to have a lot of respect for the Empire. She's not very subtle about it.
I
Ophelia,
just think giving Ophelia food helps regulate her emotional state.
that does seem true.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you don't have a moral backbone.
Ophelia, like, I would sell you to Ioun for one corn chip.
Anyway,
Do you ever do something like that? Just really, well, you don't seem to have ruined your life particularly, but on a smaller scale, maybe just really fucked something up in a snap decision.
well, I think about just fucking off all the time. Just cutting ties, taking off.
Really?
Yeah.
You'd do that even if you didn't have to?
No. I mean, I haven't done it. I don't know. It's kind of what my dad did. Not exactly. And I went with him. So I don't know.
Yeah, but you're here. Your whole family is here and they're glad to see you. And obviously your father settled down somewhere else, right? I mean, he's Antimity's father too.
Yeah. I mean, I was a kid. And now my mom and dad are fine, but it was messy.
My whole life I thought I'd rather die than disappoint my parents. It's with anyone.
I have a little on that too.
Left if I didn't have to. Maybe I should have stayed anyway, just fucking moved up to it. Maybe that would have been less shameful than running. It would have been a disgrace to my family either way, but which one's worse?
Well, you can imagine alternate timelines all day. Doesn't really help.
Thing is, I could still go back. Could still do it.
You do if you did.
You cut out at the beginning, sorry.
What would you do if you did?
Well, you know, get killed probably. Maybe it's cowardly, but I don't want to die. Not for that. Alright, sorry, this is really fucking cryptic.
If you want to talk about it, I'll listen. If you don't want to talk about it,
Well, you've already figured some of it out.
yeah, a little.
I'm from Blade Garden. My whole family is affiliated with the Dwendalian military. A lot of families in Blade Garden are like that, as you can imagine. It's not that orcs are unwelcome in the rest of the Empire, but Blade Garden's our city. We built it. Sort of the center of our society within the Empire. And that's sort of become interchangeable with the heart of the military. I don't know. I don't know exactly how it happened. I guess the old orc tribes were great fighters, and the the old kings thought it was better to ally with them than try to fight them, which was probably smart. It worked too. People in Blade Garden are very loyal, very devoted to the Empire, very proud. I have an older sister and an older brother. My brother's the only one who didn't join the military. He's a Crown's Guard. He works in Nonvarot. That's that's how the Watchmaster here met him. Well, that's what he said anyway.
That's it.
My older oh,
That's all.
okay. My older sister's been at the Ashgard garrison for a couple of years now. And my parents were living in Blade Garden until until the war started. They both left. I was a few months away from the end of officer training. It was good, I was promising. I had friends. Felt capable. They sort of they started to speed up our training a little bit when the Kree attacked. We were pretty desperate to send more people down to the border, and we were almost ready, so I wanted to go. None of us knew whether my sister Kimia was alive or dead, so I was angry. I was ready to take our fortress back, ready to find her if I could. Mostly everything was fine. Things were a little tense. We were all angry. Most people had friends or family who'd been at the garrison when it fell. But I had this, well, we all had this training instructor. He was he had a reputation for being a little harsh. This, well, is, I suppose, human man. Sometimes, sometimes humans who don't grow up in Blade Garden or spend a lot of time there get a little, like, he had like a chip on his shoulder. Or maybe he resented how dominant orcs were there in the military and the martial culture. I don't know. He had some kind of grudge. But he was like that with all the students. He liked to toughen people up. We would have these one-on-one sparring matches. He always took things just a little farther than the other instructors. He would try to provoke you, try to see if he could break your concentration, break your resolve, test your discipline, try to get you to lose your temper. He was always a little harder on the orcish trainees, but not enough for it to be, a major concern. We just complained about it with each other. But everything got more intense after the war started, and the timeline for our training was pushed forward. I never liked this guy. He was the only one of my trainers I didn't get along with. Mostly it was fine, but a few weeks after the war started, I had to go spar with him. I was already tired. I've been practicing all day. The other students. He was still pretty fresh. Was probably the toughest, most drawn out sparring match I've ever had. He just wouldn't stop. Wasn't pulling his punches at all after a certain point. He kept going long after anybody else would have called the thing off. And I wasn't willing to stop either. I didn't want him to have the satisfaction of me giving up. Didn't want him to think he could break me. He got a little more personal with his insults than usual. And I was just getting angrier and angrier. Everyone knew that my sister was missing in action. And finally he said, said if I didn't shape up, I was going to end up like her. Killed or captured, that everyone, if everyone at the garrison was as weak as me, if my sister was as weak as me, it was no wonder the garrison had fallen. It was stupid. I lost it though. I just fucking saw red and I beat the shit out of him. I'm pretty sure I didn't kill him, but I didn't stick around long enough to find out. People saw what happened. I'd seriously hurt him. And that was it. I'd have been done for anyway. Insubordination, assaulting a superior officer. Forget it. But now I'm a deserter, so it hardly matters.
How long ago was that?
Couple of weeks. I don't really know how long I've been traveling. I stayed away from the roads, just kept going until I reached the deserted wilderness I could find, and that's where I found you all.
Thank you for telling me.
Thanks for listening.
Sounds like a lot to process on your own.
I haven't really. I don't know if you can tell.
Well, it's a lot to not process on your own, too.
None of my family was in Blade Garden when it happened. I mean, they probably know by now. I'm sure most of the army knows who I am. I'm sure the Crown's Guard in most cities are keeping an eye out for me. Doesn't seem like word's reached this place yet. But that's not going to last. I fucked it up. All I wanted was to be an officer, to protect the Empire, to find my sister. One slip. One awful person got to me and I ruined everything. I'm never going to see any of them again. Unless it's, well, prison if they decide to come visit me.
Sorry, I don't really know what to say, but
That's okay.
sometimes there are ways out that aren't obvious. I don't know.
I can't think of a single way out that doesn't end in me never seeing my family again. Just be glad you can come home.
Sometimes family is what makes you question your other loyalties. Maybe they would want to see you.
Even if they did, I'd still get caught.
Well, if you left the Empire and got word to them somehow, I'm not advising you to rush into anything. I'm just thinking.
Maybe. I might have to hide out until the war ends, though. I don't think there's. Guess I could try to cross the mountains on my own. Letting anybody out of fences. I don't think. I'm sure they're under heavy guard with everything that's going on.
You cut out a bit.
I'm sure all of the safe ways out of the Empire are heavily guarded right now. I guess I could try to cross the mountains by myself, but who knows? I can't stay here, though.
Why not?
Because one of these days, Watchmaster Golam is going to get a report and he's going to remember that he saw me and he's going to come after me.
Yeah, maybe. I don't really know how the military structure works.
I mean, I think he'd probably already know if we weren't in the middle of a war. I'm probably not anyone's highest priority right now. The Righteous Brand doesn't have really any tolerance for deserters, so
Your instructor, what was his name?
Lanzo.
Lanzo?
Yeah, this is just his surname. I don't have a first name.
Your sister?
Kimia. Kimia Nuri. If he died, I don't think he did, but if he died, that's it. I can't. They're just going to kill me on sight. If he's still alive, I'll probably get some kind of trial. They'll still kill me.
Well, if you want to know, even just for the sake of knowing, we could probably find out. And on that spell Ophelia was talking about, we could contact you.
Sure. Yeah, I guess I would like to know if he survived. Some days I think I should just turn myself in. Maybe that would be easier. Maybe that would be more honorable. I don't know. It's not like I can help the people I want to help while I'm on the run.
Honor is kind of an internal thing sometimes. I think whether you're going to feel like you're doing the right thing maybe is a different question from what would be best or most practical.
I mean, turning myself in would take the least amount of effort, that's for sure.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to worry about it anymore.
Nope.
There's an attraction to the idea of things being out of your hands.
Yeah, that was most of my life. I always knew exactly what I wanted to do. And I did it and I was good at it. Now I'm just lost.
Cheers to that.
She still has like half of a drink that she took with her, and she kind of like toasts you and drinks. You can tell your friends if you want. I
That would
mean,
be the easiest way to explain
Antimony and
what we're
Ophelia.
looking for.
You can, yeah. I don't mind them knowing. Really.
Do you want to tell them yourself?
Maybe tomorrow. Once I've slipped this off. I'm gonna go for a walk, I think. She stands up, and if you don't say anything, she'll just walk away.
Yeah, I'll let her go.
Okay, where is everybody else while this is all happening? Ophelia, I know, went to the food table with Lysander. Do you like shake him at any point? Do things get too awkward and you just kind of leave?
No, if he's interested in just talking, then it's fine.
Yeah, he will just kind of chatter about things. He doesn't really know what to. He probably starts like talking the event. Like he knows one of the things he knows about you is that you're a cleric. So he just like starts talking about say Hanine and like the history of this sort of celebration, and then he starts talking about like the other gods in Visayas Teal and like religion in Visayas Teal, or like his experience of it, you know. So if you find
Wow.
that sort of interesting, you could just let him talk at you about it for a while.
Yeah, he can do that.
And Timmy, you were dancing
Yep.
at the beginning of this. Do you just kind of keep dancing? Do you go try to find anyone else?
I feel like at some point I stop dancing and I'm confused where everyone has gone.
Yeah. Yeah, you realize you're the only person from the little group who is still dancing, and you haven't seen any of them in a while. And yeah, you see Ophelia is talking to Lysander. Kind of surprising. She doesn't even look that annoyed about it. She's just kind of nodding as he talks. And you see your brother and Sahar talking, and you watch for a little bit, and then Sahar gets up and leaves.
Okay. I think I will go bother Adekora and
Okay.
I'll just be like, uh, everything okay? What's up?
Uh, Sahar is having a hard night.
Oh,
I think you'll probably find out more about it tomorrow.
okay. Well, um, it be like that sometimes. Uh, is I guess Ophelia's talking to Lysander. Um, or I guess, well, it seemed more like he was talking at her, but
Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, well, here's what you missed. First, we upset Ophelia, and then I tried to make up with Ophelia, and jury's out on whether that worked. Uh, and then Ophelia upset Sahar, and then I sent Ophelia off to get food with Lysander, and that about catches you up.
okay. So kind of just a generic clusterfuck, sure.
Yeah. So how have you been enjoying the party?
Well, I think I've finally gotten the hang of these dances.
Good.
But otherwise, I don't know. What do you got to drink around here?
Let's see what's left.
There's a lot of stuff left.
Yeah. Yeah, they
The
planned
elves,
for a long night.
yeah, the elves are pretty for a long time because
Yeah.
for a while I want to end up leaving a little earlier than most of the people at this event. But yeah, there's still plenty of food and drinks left.
Nice. I will collect, I don't know, various little snacks and I don't know, some kind of drink.
So I will give Antimony also I guess my flower crown because I imagine I've been carrying Ophelia's around this. I don't know
Okay.
what to do with it. So I'll
Yeah.
give Antimony mine, and I'll wear Ophelia's.
Okay. Ophelia's is just a little too small for your head,
Yeah.
but it's fine. It just kind of sits on the top, like it doesn't really go around all the way. So just kind of perched up there.
Yeah, and mine's like drooping down into Antimony's eyes.
Yeah, you have to like
Yep.
hook it around your ears a little bit.
Yeah.
Although your braid might be holding it up, depending on where
Yeah.
the braid is. Who knows?
I imagine it's just like exclusively held up by my hair.
Yup. Okay. Eventually Sahar kind of wanders back into the circle, and she just comes up to you guys and is like, I think I'm gonna go back to the house. I'm pretty tired. I drank a lot.
You want someone to go with you?
Only if you feel like it. I think I can find my way. But if anybody else is getting tired, should we rescue Ophelia from her cousin? Do you think she's okay over there?
Let's see. Man, has Lysander stopped to breathe? Yeah, let's see.
Yeah.
We walk over there to see it. Lysander's running out of things to say.
Yeah, Lysander and Ophelia have disappeared.
Hey.
Sahamine is hiding them. You will never find them because that's how she works.
Hey, it's a good choice. He's about to join the army.
Right, yeah.
You'll never have to see him.
It's true. He's probably gonna get killed and you'll just never see him again in your life. Okay, yeah, you find them. Lysander is like deep into an explanation of Visayas Teal religious practices. Ophelia, your friends roll up next to you.
Hey, Antimony.
Hello.
Oh my god.
How's the party going for you?
It's going well. Learning a lot.
Lysander has stopped talking. He kind of looks at Adakora, slightly relieved.
Well, if you're having a good time, don't mind us. But Sahara's going to be hitting the hay, so anyone who wants to head back, you have a convenient exit strategy.
Mm, is Sahar there?
Yeah. She's standing behind Adakora. She looks like she's maybe been crying. She's not really making eye contact with anybody.
I'm having an alright time. I'll probably stay.
What?
Lysander says to Ophelia, "Oh, do you want to dance or something?" The one they're about to start is pretty basic. It won't be too hard to jump in.
Um,
I'm definitely not looking at Ophelia.
I guess if you want, I mean, like, you don't have to.
No, I haven't danced that much tonight. I want to go. You don't have to come though. I'm just gonna.
I might join. You can go ahead, I suppose.
All right. He leaves and waves to all of you.
Here we go.
Hopefully, your night improves, Sahar.
Just kind of makes a non-committal sort of noise. Is anybody gonna leave the Sahar?
I mean, I don't have enormous faith in my comforting abilities.
She doesn't look interested in talking. Like,
Fair enough. Yeah, I
no.
think if she's not actively like seeming to be like she's looking for someone to go with her, then I'll stick around here.
Okay, yeah, she'll head off by herself if nobody wants to leave.
Yeah, I'm staying.
Okay. All right. Do we or do you need to go, Anna? Should we stop here?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. We can finish up the last little bit of this next time. If you guys want to do anything else, you can. But yeah, we'll deal with that next week.
All right.
Okay. Thanks for playing, everybody.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I will talk to you all soon.